Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I will be talking about the Washington Commanders OTAs and especially the incident that happened yesterday with Commanders defensive tackle Daron Payne. We're going to talk about how big of a deal it is. Will he play for us this season? Or, and will the Washington Commanders trade him, and how much could they get for him in a trade package? We'll talk about that and show you guys a couple other highlights from today's practice. So, if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content on the road to 8,000 subscribers. So please help me get there. Also hit that like button and turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. It really does help out the channel a ton. And go ahead and follow the Twitter. First link in the description. Now, let's get right into the video.
Hey.
Okay, so I'm not sure why there weren't really any media updates today from OTAs. I thought they were going to be there the 24th to the 26th, but I guess not. So really weren't any OTA updates today. There were just some, clips that I showed you guys, only a couple. One where J.D. McKissic made a great move, and then the other, was just the offensive line work. And besides that, there's really not much out there. But yesterday afternoon, there was news from Ben Stanek that broke, that during day one of OTAs, where the media was there, Daron Payne walked off the field during the practice and declined to participate in team drills due to a lagging contract talk. So that was from The Athletic. Ben Stanek, so shout out to him right there. So let me read the report right here. So he said, defensive tackle Daron Payne joined his teammates at the rainy practice and took part in individual drills. However, the 2018 first-round pick walked off the practice field and skipped team drills because he was angry about the lack of a contract extension entering the fifth and final year of his rookie deal. According to a source last month, The Athletic reported that Washington is not expected to offer Payne an extension. So definitely something that is interesting. Not a great look for Daron Payne, but again, there's probably some context that needs to be added here. This is just one side of the story. Who knows what actually happened? It would be interesting to see if, Daron Payne gets on the podium, what he says about this situation, because Nikki Jabala from the Washington Post says, and I'll read this right here, Washington defensive tackle Daron Payne, I was told he did attend team meetings after practice and did attend most of phase 2, taking part in weight room workouts and more. So it could have been, and I'm going to trust Ben Stanek that it was, he was as upset about the contract, negotiations or whatever. But, and maybe this guy's commenting down here, maybe he just wanted to get some media attention on it. I'm not sure, but he was within the meetings. Maybe, he cooled down a little bit, cooled off, and, didn't think it was a big, I don't know. But he was in the team meetings and was there for most of phase 2, which I believe was the last few weeks, taking part in weight room workouts and more. So I honestly do not think this is a big deal. I think they want to keep Daron Payne. I just don't really think that they feel that they really can if they want to keep someone like Terry McLaurin, Cole Holcomb, and some other guys. It's going to be hard, and Chase Young and Montez Sweat. It's going to be hard to keep Daron Payne right there in the middle. And I think drafting Fedarian Mathis kind of shows you what they're thinking right now. And some people are saying he's going to get traded, and maybe he does. I just don't think it makes sense for the Washington Commanders to trade Daron Payne unless you're getting more than a third-round pick back. If you're getting a third and a fourth-round pick, I would do it. But if not, I would just hold on to him, get a season out of Daron Payne, and then likely you'll get a third-round comp pick in 2023 because the comp picks are 1 year delayed. So that is what I would do. Because unless you can get a third or fourth or somehow a second, I just don't think that's going to be the case because he's on, the last year of his deal. So, because you have to think about it. Let's say we trade him for a fourth round pick And so we get a 4th round pick, but we lose a key starter on our defensive line, and now you got Phidarian Mathis and you have Jonathan Allen as your 2 starting D tackles, and literally no one behind him. Like, our depth already at D tackle isn't great. We'll see what Phidarian Mathis does. But if you take out Payne, then it's just there's zero depth literally at all. Like, I don't know if we have a single like pure defensive tackle on the roster right now. Like, we have a bunch of guys that are kind of hybrids. Like, James Smith-Williams can play both. Efe Obada can play both. Daniel Wise, he can also play both. But like, we don't have that many backups that are just defensive tackles. So if you traded Daron Payne, there would be a massive, massive hole at defensive tackle, not only at your starting spot, but also at depth, as your backups as well. And just really depends on how Phidarian Mathis plays in his rookie year. But regardless of how he plays, you're still going to have a hole there, and you're going to lose a whole year of Daron Payne for a 4th round pick when you could have just gotten a 3rd round pick anyways with him playing the full year. I really do not think it makes sense for the Washington Commanders to trade Daron Payne. That's just me. I know some people, think we should trade him, get those assets now. I think if they were going to trade him, I think it would have been smarter to do so a couple years ago, and I think that's why. And let me just pull up. Sorry, I don't have his stats pulled up here, but Daron Payne's been a really solid player for the Washington Commanders the last few years. He's never been elite in my opinion, but he's always been really, really solid, and he is gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid, but likely so will Chase Young and Montez Sweat, and it's gonna be really hard to find a balance between those guys. And here's the thing: Daron Payne is good. There's no doubt about it. He's really a really solid football player, but he is somewhat replaceable. Like, you want sacks in this league, you want pressures, and he can get those at times, but you can find someone that can do what Daron Payne does, maybe a little bit of a lower level for a lot cheaper. Maybe Phidarian Mathis can do that in his first couple years here. Like, you see he has 15 sacks over the last 4 years, and that's not everything he's done. He has an interception. He had 3 forced fumbles in 2020. So, like, he's definitely had an impact, and he's a great in the run game. Like, he's a run stuffer, and you need guys like that. But, I think that he is replaceable, and I would love to bring him back. I would love to keep him back on a solid deal, but if they can't, I do not think it's the end of the world, and I would rather, unless you can get something good right now, I would trade him after, or I would, let him go, after the season, or even give him an extension then, and maybe you can get a comp pick if he leaves. That's what I would do instead of trading him for a mid-round pick right now, and really you're really not going to get much, and you're going to lose a very solid football player for a year when you could have just let him go, gotten that year of great play, and also getting that 3rd round comp pick. And he's playing in a contract year, so he's motivated. He is probably going to have a great year. Like, honestly, he'll probably have the best year of his career, so you don't want to lose that level of play. And yeah, so let's hope that they keep him unless they get a really, really good trade offer. Like, if they get a 2nd round pick, then of course, go ahead and do it. Build those assets for next year, because you likely won't have a 2nd round pick next year if Carson Wentz plays for you. So that would be, my plan. I don't think this Daron Payne thing is a huge deal. I think he posted some things today, of him and his, Washington Commanders uniform, whatever. I think it's fine. Don't think it's a big deal. Maybe he gets traded. Maybe Ron Rivera doesn't want these distractions in the locker room. Ron Rivera wants guys that are bought in, and it doesn't seem like Daron Payne is completely bought in, but who knows? It's just one report, like from Ben Stanek, and you see this other report that kind of shows he was bought in. So maybe it was just, a frustrating day for Daron Payne, or something happened where he wanted to just take a little break from everything. So let me know what you guys think about the situation. Would you pay Daron Payne? How much? And what would it take for you to trade him? So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe if you guys new, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. Peace, guys.